Buckets. That's the name of my boat. Buckets.
Buckets. What we get.
Not the only transfer we got from Florida. Keith Stone, too. Remember that.
Everybody who watches his show on a regular basis knows my love of the stretch four.
You know, we all make mistakes. He might have made one going to
It's
Tallahassee.
mercy if y'all don't know. Dribble to the left, cross over to the right. Hurricane to the game, many buckets for the night. Matt with the pick and roll, Melissa with the give and go. This Shelly-U, hoodie girl dunking in the hole. Check the scoreboard, this what we fall for. Beat the gameplay, they want an encore. Yeah, overtime for another round. It's buckets out the buckets, baby. You're out of time. It's buckets. What it is, homie, it's buckets. Woo! We get buckets. Yeah, baby, buckets.
I have no shame.
I know. That's the problem.
You guys are awesome.
What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Buckets. I'm Matt. He's Vish. Vish, you want to tell the people why you're laughing?
I mean, we did about 20 minutes of show before I noticed that the goal live didn't work. And Matt, I don't know if you looked at the Buckets group chat. I can confirm it was a StreamYard error because I had to hit go live 4 times to get it to work this time. It kept failing and saying retry. And eventually I got it up. I believe it is streaming now. I'm just gonna monitor it. If it goes down, I'm gonna try and re-kick it off. All right, we got comments and stuff. All right, Parrish is here. You missed it. The best show in Buckets history. 20 minutes of great content. Dead.
Well, don't say that. Melissa's gonna be offended. She's gonna watch this.
Is she? Is she? She could have told us. Hey, I thought you guys were going live. Hurry! I didn't see it.
Yeah.
Her and her job business.
All right, so
God.
Gonna recap the men's game again, round 2.
Jeez.
Obviously more fresh than the women's game. Like I said earlier, but you guys weren't watching, both games got a little dicey. The women's way more so than the men's. But I mean, at this point of the season, playing against a really good ACC opponent, you got to just find a way to get it done, and that's what they did, right?
Yeah, and I thought control the game. Early on it was a little bit back and forth. Towards the end of the first half, the Canes opened up a multiple score lead and then pushed it to 7 at the break, and then it never got closer than that the entire second half. So really just an outstanding end-to-end performance on the road, tough environment. And we should point out the Canes have clinched the 3 seed and a double bye in the ACC tournament. But even with that, this game was way more important to SMU. They needed this game. They are right on the edge of the bubble, and they needed a quality win. And the Canes controlled that entire game. SMU needed that, and there was nothing that they could do.
Yeah.
So it was that was a quality win, quality performance.
No, for sure. I think I told you limited amount that I was able to see in the first half, but just from what I did see, the ball movement was amazing. Did a really good job when they were in that zone of getting into the high post, finding guys on the perimeter. We were able to knock down shots. Like we mentioned earlier, made 11 of 18 threes, tied for the most we've made all season. I don't remember which game we also hit 11, but probably one of towards the beginning of the season. But yeah, just found a way to get it done. I think this was one of the first games too where did they end up having more points in the paint than we did?
Let me do it
because it was close towards the end, last few minutes.
I would say, let me see, points in the paint. Yep, they had 34. We had 28.
Yeah, I don't remember the last time Oh, there she is. Shout out Melissa in the chat.
Where were you on telling us we weren't actually live?
I know. We should have known that we weren't live because she didn't comment.
Well, she was also chatting with us in the chat, so that should have been clue number 2. But anyway,
Yeah, that's
we're
true.
definitely live now. We're definitely live now. I
Yeah.
was doing a show over here that I was like, that's mean, so I didn't, and then I should have said, no, you're not.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, so more points in the paint for SMU. Kane's 33 points out of the 77 from 3. Again, that's very, very rare. Read the group chat. That will inform you in terms of the disaster that we went through. Yeah, so that was big. And not just a 3-point shooting, but I thought Nome able to give quick offense. You hit a couple of shots, and he only played 14 minutes, scored 12 points.
Yeah.
But that 12 points was huge in the first half. He had 3 threes to kind of help. That was when the game was actually closer, helped stretch the lead out, including that one at the end of the half that pushed it to 7. And then, again, SMU didn't get closer than that the entire second half. So I thought his shooting was big. I thought Trey's command of the offense was huge. He hits big shots. He's a shot maker in pressure situations. So you're kind of always going to get that even when he's not playing well or shooting well. He'll do that. But I thought overall he ran a great game today. 9 assists, 7 boards. I thought he was just I thought he had a good complete game, even though his shooting percentage wasn't the best. He did everything for the team.
And there's a noticeable difference when he's not on the floor, right? When other guys are relied to try to make plays for others. When he came out, it was 8 minutes left in the second half. He was dealing with that wrist thing. We had 2 or 3 straight turnovers. Offense just didn't really flow well. And so it just looks a lot different when he's not on the floor. And I think we don't truly appreciate his playmaking ability and what he does for us offensively. I know he's averaging 17 points a game, but everything else he does offensively and even defensively too. He had a turnover late and sprinted down the floor from behind, tipped it out so they didn't get an easy layup. So it was a 2-point swing there. So, I mean, he's been huge for us this season. So, yeah.
Yeah. No, because there's no other point guard, really. And certainly not one with his skill set. I mean, Dante's, I guess, technically the backup point guard, although it's starting, but he's not. I mean, Trey's a one-of-a-kind kind of skill set, so, and is the person who initiates the offense. So, yeah, there's going to be an issue when he's not in there, period. Which is why, as Matt said, he went out with an injury for a few minutes because of his wrist and still played 36 minutes, which should tell you exactly where this is going. I wouldn't be surprised if he, when we get to tournament time, which is only a week away, he starts playing 40-minute games and just we don't ever take him out.
Yeah. And the other thing, too. Oh, sorry.
No, go for it.
I was just going to say the amount of pressure he puts on the defense just from his penetration and also in transition just opens up a lot of opportunities for other guys to get offensive rebounds and stuff too. So even those, he didn't shoot super efficiently today, but if there was a stat of tracking offensive rebounds off of guys' misses, he'd probably be in a super high percentile for that. So it's just those little things, that he does. And just defensively, he's very active and looks to get after it, and especially in that zone and whatnot. But the pressure he puts on you on both sides of the floor because of that activity is, really impressive to see.
Yeah, and as a team, this is, if not our best, one of our better defensive games. SMU has one of the best offenses in the country, held them to 69 points, and also did so without fouling, made 7 fouls as a team, which is excellent, obviously. Now, they weren't calling a lot, but still, that's huge because, again, there's no depth. So, having no one get into foul trouble is big. It's going to be huge for this team in the postseason because there's I mean, it's a 6-man rotation, really. I mean, if no one keeps shooting like that, maybe it expands out a little bit. But even shooting like that, he still gave us 14 minutes. Like he's not going to give us 25 minutes. It is really, true as like a co-starter with the other 5, and then everyone else is just trying to buy minutes. So anyone gets into foul trouble, especially if it's not at the guard position, then you're really going into that bench, either playing small or, breaking out Altuntis, which, he's made a lot of progress this year, but still, he had 4 minutes today, which was a big uptick for him. I think it's increasingly, as this has gotten like further along into the season, he's been less able to stay on the court, really contribute, and I think we saw that again tonight. He played a little bit more than he hadn't. I mean, the last game was a blowout, so everyone got some minutes, but the 2 before that were competitive. He played a little bit more in this game, but he's still a little bit lost out there, and I don't understand why we try to pass him the ball. Like, you can do a screen or wrong throw. Like, what are the chances he catches and finishes? 5%? Just shoot the ball. Like, there's no way that's happening. So, but I think Jay Lucas is kind of acknowledging that with the minutes now. It's really just almost always in the first half. Let me see if I can buy a couple of minutes here. Other than that, we're pretty much going to have to play small when Uday is in.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not in Great Plus, so he's not a P5 player.
Yeah. I think I mentioned this to you. Oh no, it was when we were doing the show. It wasn't off camera. Never mind. But the last 2 minutes, Ernest Uday gets fouled, shooting the free throws in the bonus, misses it. But the thing that like surmises or really like, what's the word? Like
Epitomizes.
Thank you, Vish. This team
Miami
was
education.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Shout out Beach. Not quite up there, but you could see the beach from the library. But anyways, Uday was at the free throw line, missed the first one, but just like the sheer will and like fight to like go after the ball. You're up by 8 at this point. Like, you don't have to do that. Not all teams are going to do that. End up tipping it off an SMU guy, get the ball back, and then Malik ends up hitting a 3. The just like sheer physicality and just like wanting to just do anything to win is just like such a culture-driven thing. And Jay Lucas has just done a like phenomenal job building that with these guys. Like, this team has its, faults of like not being able to shoot. We're not the deepest team, but they just find a way to get it done because of that energy and physicality that they play with. So
yeah, no, for sure on both ends of the court. The opponent feels them. And like it is, I made this analogy a couple of weeks ago. I did not try to argue that Altuntis was good. I said he was better, and you could stick him on the court for a few minutes, which is what we're doing. Which at the beginning of the year, he would literally foul out in 3 minutes. But anyway, it reminds me a little bit, and this is a point I made a couple of weeks ago, the team that made the Elite Eight. Not that it's actually a better team regular season wise than that team, but just so awkward to play against. Everyone's physical. Our freshman is built like a rock too. Everyone just hits. Dante Allen is like very physical defensively. So you're going to get beat up playing us. You might win, but you're going to pay for it. And offensively, and even offensively, a lot of our offense is literally just, I'm going to run into everyone and play through contact because we can do that because we're built that way. And I think it's awkward to play against in an era where it's a lot of three-point shooting and a lot of like motion. We're just like, no, we're just gonna run into you and force the ball into the rim, and you're going in with it if you have to, but it's going in. And then defensively too, like you said, we do a lot of that. We we kind of junk our defenses up to get by, and I think it does make it which is weird to play against. And I think that matters. The Elite Eight team did not really have that much depth at all. And there were not killers everywhere. If you remember Wooga against Kansas, I'm like, we're just not going to guard you. We didn't have a backup to put in. We had to put Wardenberg in with 5 fouls, with 4 fouls, like with 60 minutes left because we had no backup center and he fouled out early in that game. I was there.
Yeah. There was a stat that I had to look it up just now, but I knew we were super low in it. It was bench percentage that year. So like percentage of minutes of the bench. And it was, we were 354th out of like 365 teams.
Okay. Yeah. So actually, I feel like that analogy holds, although that was very much we're going to play small and spread you out and pace team. And this is almost the opposite. Not that we're big, but we're physical. That team was not. That was very much we're going to be weird to play against because I think everyone obviously remembers the Final Four team. If you recall, that team had, obviously you do, but more for the audience.
Yeah.
That team had Wardenberg as center, so you had like the center could shoot threes. Jordan Miller was like the Swiss Army guy, and it was just we were just weird to play against, but it was much more small perimeter oriented. This is really like you said, this is one of the few games where we got outscored in the paint because even our small guys want to get into the paint and bowl the ball into the basket.
It's interesting though too because both of them, it's like you have to adjust to how we're playing. Like you can't play your game, you got to adjust, and so it's tough because it's like these teams, I feel like get more aggressive or physical than they're used to, and like they think it's going to take us out of our game, but it's how we play, and then start getting frustrated, out of control a little bit, and so it affects your rhythm as a basketball player when you're not used to that,
Yeah, no, and so it can be McGusty was in depth. He was playing like 40 minutes a game. He was the starting. He's one of the best players on the team.
I think he's saying like we don't think he's a kid.
Oh, as like a program. Okay, yeah. No, I think that team gets overshadowed just because of what happened the following year.
The year after, yeah.
If that hadn't happened, if we had lost that game to Drake, that Elite Eight team would be like the most popular one in school history, and like all those guys like Nate pointed out, McGusty, Charlie Moore, the guys that weren't on the team the next year would be thought of a lot differently.
Yeah.
Than they ended up. But anyway, not to derail this conversation, I do think as we get to, I think that does make it difficult to play against us. I don't think SMU ever really got comfortable today, which is why they kind of controlled it wire to wire. They just couldn't get it going. The fact that they had one player score 27 points and I scored 21 points, and the rest of the team scored 21 points.
Yeah. Well, you saw it too, like Boopy Miller, a lot of his points, it was in like transition in the first half. They couldn't really get it going in the half court offensively just because of what we were doing defensively.
Yep.
So
I agree.
The one thing I wanted to mention, because I think we're going to shift over to women's, right? Probably here.
Yep, we will do that.
Is just talking about like seeding a little bit, like in the tournament.
The big
just
tournament
because
we're talking about.
Yeah, and the NCAA tournament, not ACC tournament. Sorry,
we're locked
to clarify
at the
that.
seed now.
Yeah, we're locked at as a 3 seed, but just looking, obviously, got to just be happy for the success we've had so far, and like can't really look forward. But just looking at like the teams that are projected to be 7 to 10 seeds, it's probably like one of the best groups I've ever seen. And so where I'm getting at with this is if you can somehow get to that 6 seed range, statistically it's better to be there, right? Because you're playing a worse team hypothetically in that 5 or 6 range. But that would take us beating Louisville and then having to probably make the ACC like tournament championship. So it'd be tough, but yeah. Because right now,
I mean,
you
that's
look at the list of like 7 to 10 seeds, and it's like BYU, St. Mary's, Clemson, St. Louis, like Villanova, Iowa, UCLA, who just beat a really good team last night. Texas, UCF. It's a lot of good quality teams there. So
yeah. Well, I mean, it's not gonna. It doesn't honestly. When you start talking about if we're 6, we're playing an 11 seed. If we're 7, we're playing a 10. Like, there's not gonna be an easy.
yeah, and a lot of it is
first
matchup
round
too.
game. Yeah,
Yeah,
for
a
sure.
lot of it is
And
matchup
then
too.
a lot of
And
it
the other thing
also-
too,
Yeah, go ahead.
playing as the 6 seed is when you're playing one of those 11 seeds. It's played in a playing game. One of those teams always wins because they have their rhythm like going into it. So it's just you never know. But yeah,
Yeah, I mean, the other thing is, look, let's be real. Like, we today shot 11 of 18 from 3. That's very abnormal. We are a lot dependent on how, because again, like you said, the way we play physically, we are dependent on how games are officiated. So yeah, there's a lot that's going to go into it. Like you said, matchups matter. So we'll see. And although he hasn't really shown it yet, it is, first time a head coach dealing with all this crap too.
yeah,
So there's a lot that goes into it.
for sure.
But yeah, the biggest thing is the matchup. So whether it's an 11 seed or if we get higher or lower, play a 12 seed or a 10 seed, it is really going to be who we match up against. I am worried if we play. Let's just be blunt, we're not good defensively. Today we were, but I mean, we're not going to ignore the rest of the season. And we're especially not very good at defending the 3-point line. If we play a team that's very good at shooting 3-pointers, that is going to be a problem. Because it's hard to outscore a team. And that's how we get into trouble. And we've lost. We have a bunch of 1-point games or 2-point games. Like today was, I keep saying it's probably our best performance of the season, just overall from a performance standpoint. But I mean, so many of our games are really like on a knife's edge because of the fact that we are awkward to play against, and the point you made earlier about how we play hard the entire game. So even when a team is going good against us, they don't really blow us out just because we're going to keep fighting.
Yeah,
And there's always an element if you're getting blown out of you contributing to that blowout. We never do that. But I mean, if you look at these results, right? We've lost 2 out of our last 9 games, right? The 2
Yeah.
a 1-point loss, a 3-point loss. We also have 2 1-point wins. So I mean, that's half of those games. So we're getting all these close games, and not all those are with good teams. It's just it is. It's just that is. That's just how the nature of how we play lends itself a little bit to that. So,
yeah.
Here's Kane's research coming in with the statistics of course, improved defending last 3.
There you go.
If you're not following Kane's research, definitely follow Kane's research. You'll get all.
I will say
I
too,
don't
the
have to
ACC
look
is
shit up anymore because Kane's research is like, oh, there's stat I was looking for. So definitely follow. Go ahead, Matt.
I was just going to say the ACC this year for men's is significantly better than it was. Last year was such a terrible year. Duke blowing everyone out by 30 and stuff. It was
we contributed to that.
Yeah. But
yeah, I will say I also, while we have defended the 3, and that's why I said this is our best performance today. I mean, defending a 3 against FSU and Boston College is not. Those teams suck, and Boston College might be like the worst team I've seen play in a long time.
I will say FSU was pretty hot, like getting into it though. They were shooting the ball.
They were playing well, but they're not good. But that's why I'm saying today that was a legitimately strong offense that we stopped, and that was impressive today. That was an impressive performance on both ends, shooting the 3 well, playing good defense, and controlling a tough road game.
Yeah. Should we
Let's
shift
see if we
over to
can
the
keep it going.
women's?
Yeah, just real quick. Obviously, if you're not aware, Senior Day on Saturday, 2 p.m., hosting Louisville. It's another huge game, as Matt said, seeding at stake. You win that. Look, you're going to be sitting around for a while. And then, yeah, you'll have to wait to see who wins a couple of games before. It's fucking ridiculous we're having this conversation. To wait around for a few days for these peons to play each other and just figure out who the opponent will be. But needless to say, a loss. Obviously, the Canes are a lot to make the tournament. We started talking about seeding. A loss in the first game would potentially hurt seeding a little bit, depending on who it is. But if you win that, you really do actually have a good opportunity because now you're playing good teams. If you win that, you're in position to actually notch a quality win and continue to and then I think you start talking about. I think you play Virginia in the if you win the first game. Like if you beat Virginia, that's a quality win.
Oh, for sure.
It's another quad 1 win, and then potentially actually getting a swing at Duke, who obviously haven't played yet. So there's opportunities to actually really bolster his resume, and because the one thing it's light on, it's the record's great, the quality wins aren't there just because the quality schedule. I mean, there was nothing.
Yeah.
The ACC is bloated, and it's how the fates decide that we were going to have an easier ACC schedule. And, coming into the year, like, that's good. We can win some games. Now it's like, damn it, we could have beat those good teams. So it's kind of turned around now. From getting here, I was like, thank God we have to play Duke. That's an L. And I'm like, you know what? I'd like to play Duke. I think we can take them. So things have changed pretty dramatically. Hey, man, we don't comport with the bottom of the conference. So the peons can sit down there. So again, Senior Day, 2 p.m. Saturday, hosting Louisville, which is one of the better home games we have this year. So definitely head out to the Watt. And doubleheader. Baseball plays Boston College at 6 p.m. So do them both.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, our worst loss is probably Cal at home.
Yeah, but even like Cal's a bubble team.
Yeah, no, they're not bad.
So
I'm just talking about it's boring. It's either true. It's probably FSU at home still.
Yeah,
they're both about the same.
The fact that we can debate which one was worse is it's like a good sign. So
yeah,
but yeah, all right.
Yeah, on to the women.
On to the women's. So women were able to this is the first ACC tournament win for Coach Kolop, right?
Yeah, I mean last year we didn't make it, so
yeah.
So this was I don't even know what you do with this because I know if you just look at the stat sheet, like obviously, the second quarter wasn't good either from like a scoring standpoint, but Stanford caught fire from 3. They're not a good 3-point shooting team, and they made more threes in that quarter than they average per game, and they scored 29 points by basically making a bunch of 3. So I thought up until about 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter, this is one of the better performances the Canes have put on this year. Like, I don't even think the second quarter is necessarily a bad performance. They were just throwing crap into the basket.
Yeah.
That person shoots 10% from 3 and they made 2 in a row. I don't know what to do with that, but that's the shot you want them to take. So I know a lot of people are like, man, what happened to the second and fourth quarter were terrible. I mean, the second quarter, actually, I'm okay with it. But our team's gonna, we just talking about this with the men, but like if you're getting this could happen in the tournament too. If the other team's just on fire, you're probably gonna lose in tough shit. That's the nature of the tournament, right? There's times where you're like, that guy can't shoot, and then he shoots for one game and you're out. But I thought they played through that, which was really impressive. Built the lead back up, and frankly, up 11 with 6 minutes left. It felt like it was and Stanford's a bubble team. Well, they're out now, but they were a bubble team. And so this is again, this is going to be beat Stanford at home already. This was actually maybe still is the best win that we've had this year. or that or at Virginia Tech is another good one. There's been a couple of them, but like in terms of, like we're just talking about the men, in terms of just overall complete performance, up until the last 6 minutes, it was there. I was like, we were playing good defense, taking care of the ball, getting good quality shots, and then just the bottom fell out of the whole thing. I don't know what that was.
Yeah. Yeah, no, there was a stretch where we were just taking. I mean, what did we shoot from three? Like 6 of 20 something?
Right, but I mean, Gallon was 3 in the same possession. It's like, hey, drive it inside. But we actually
and she was getting to the basket really well. Like she was getting
and that was the
driving.
frustrating part. The other thing that happened is we had, I do have the chart in front of me. So we had 6 turnovers in that stretch, and we missed 7 shots, and 3 of them were on one possession. So like you can't have as many shot attempts as turnovers. I mean that was a problem. Obviously, like the last play of the game, I don't know what that was. This team,
when the last play, when they were running
regulation, I don't know what the plan.
I think they were understand that they ran zone because they ran zone, right? They came out in a zone.
Yeah, but first of all, there's multiple things, right? First of all, like I don't understand why it's so difficult for us to get it to the point guard, dribble the ball, and then make a move. Like we spent most of that because there's 18 seconds left, whatever, 20 seconds, whatever it was. We're definitely holding for the last shot. Well, or not shot, whatever you want to call it. But the goal was to, shoot with 3 or 4 on the clock to have a chance to tip a rebound in, but they don't really have a chance to score. And they were out of timeouts. They couldn't move it to half court, which is important. Yeah. As women's, you can do that. So that way you can shoot a little bit earlier and go for the rebound. So the first thing we did, obviously, got to get the ball in. Shea came open. That's fine. Throw it into the big person because it's harder for them to steal it. And then you hand it to a point guard and let them just hold the ball until the clock goes down to 8. Instead, I don't even throw a bounce pass to no one. Literally, I guess she was trying to lead Gal into the space. I don't know what she was trying to do. Thankfully, Gal ran the ball down. Otherwise, they would have just picked it up and laid it in. She got there just in front of the defender, but now she's getting trapped in the corner. She throws a crazy cross-court pass that Nay catches. I'm like, just hold the ball. What are you doing? Why are we throwing this ball? Then it gets back to Gal, and then, like you said, that's when they started trying to attack. And then they're like, oh, crap, they're in zone. Because before that, they didn't even set their defense yet. We were just fumbling the ball around.
Yeah.
And then she came off the screen and had, the mid-range jumper with, 4 seconds left. I don't know why she didn't shoot it. It was open. She passed up the shot and then backed back out and then got trapped and then flipped it to Natalie with no time on the clock on the buzzer. I don't know why she didn't take the mid-range shot, but that was, I don't know what that was. But even before that, it was turnover after turnover, bad shots. Shea got 1 shot attempt the last 6 minutes. She was spectacular today. But
even just mentally,
we went away from her.
Yeah. Mentally at the end, during their, when they were pressing, it was so had some turnovers, but it was just so shaky in general and just rattled us. It's you can't be shocked that they're trying to get back into it. They're fighting for an opportunity to be in the tournament.
Well, what I don't understand is you have by far Shea is your best player. By far. She's first team all ACC. It's not even close. Not only is she your best player, she's playing really well.
Yeah.
She is dominating this game. How do you not throw her the ball? She was not getting the ball. throw her the ball. Not to mention, she's the best free throw shooter on the team too. So when they had to foul, like, throw her the ball. I don't understand why we couldn't, because even, the possession before the last one, we turned it over. They then went down and stepped on the baseline, turned it back over. We just had to get the ball over half court, and we turned it over again after like fumbling the ball around the back court. I don't know why we didn't. I don't know why we didn't call timeout to move to half court. First of all, I thought we should have done that. And 31 seconds left. You're up 2. Throw it in the front. Don't throw it in the back court. Throw it in the front court. Make them foul you. Hit your free throws. Go home. Well, if they don't foul you, let the clock run out. Shot clock violation. That crap. And let them have half a second. Like, in fact, you don't have to do that because you just shoot the shot with one on the shot clock, and by the time it misses, the game's over. So I don't know why we didn't do that also, but then we got a little bit stuck in the backcourt and then had to throw like a crazy pass that ended up out of bounds. Again, your center, who's taller than everyone else on the court, is also your best free throw shooter. Just throw it up top and let her catch it and hold it. Let them foul her. Like, this is not hard. I don't know why we make it. Like, it's a cheat code to have like the tallest player on the court also be your best free throw shooter.
Yeah.
Because you could just throw it up high and she can catch the ball and get fouled. But Shea was 10 to 12, 25 points, 11 boards, 5 to 7 from the free throw line. Yep, she was great, as always. And yeah, I will say this though, as bad as that second half of the fourth quarter was, I mean, kudos to the girls. It felt like it was going to get really bad in overtime.
Oh yeah, I thought 100% we were losing.
Instead, they reset and resumed dominating like they had the first 35 minutes of the game. And dominated the last 5 minutes the same way and kind of won easily going away in overtime, which yeah, that's just crazy that's how went from it was that blip. It was that blip in the and it was the 5-minute stretch there where we just kind of played horribly and almost gave the game away. But other than that, yeah, it was actually 40 minutes of domination. It was a 5-minute, it's extra 5 minutes it took to get there.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's tough, like going from they make that run and come back overtime to come out with that, aggression and just to be able to recover mentally from that says a lot. So great win.
Yeah, and also shout out to because again, it went back and forth a little bit to start overtime as well. It was another minute before we scored, but Brachi hit a huge 3 and it kind of settled the team down.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the game, other than Shea, free throw shooting has definitely been an issue. She made a bunch of free throws in that overtime too.
Yeah.
So she made some big plays to kind of seal it. Because again, and I think we've seen this with the men too, when you don't make free throws, it's hard to close these games out. Rachi, I think it's 5 of 5 on free throws today, and 4 of them were in the overtime. So big shout out to her. Hit some big shots in OT as well. But we gotta protect the basketball. I mean, this is going ahead to Notre Dame tomorrow. That game's at 1:30, by the way. The first time we played them in South Bend, we outplayed them for most of the game. We were up after every quarter, except for the last one, obviously, and we were up by, I want to say 6 or 8 points with 6 minutes left and just imploded. Very similar to what we saw last night. This morning. It's very, very similar in terms of just all of a sudden got into a turnover rut and kind of came apart. Hannah Dog had 10 steals in that game, like because we kept just dribbling into her and she kept stealing the ball. Maybe don't do that. I don't know. So we'll see. This I don't think this is that bad of a matchup. In terms of, obviously after you win a game, you're going to play a good team. So, it's not, we're not favored. That's an obvious thing to say. But, in terms of matchups, when you look at the other teams kind of at the top of the ACC and how the Canes fared against them, against Louisville, didn't play North Carolina, but NC State, Louisville, and Duke kind of handle the Canes easily. Notre Dame is kind of a game they should have won on the road. So you feel a little bit, there's a puncher's chance here. It's kind of always the same thing with this team, though. It is, like NC State lost by 26. Duke lost by 16. North Carolina lost by 11. I just didn't play. I mixed up Louisville and didn't play Louisville. Played North Carolina. Mixed those two up. But yeah, Notre Dame lost by 8 on the road and we're up with 6 minutes left. Like that was a much more competitive game. Some of that has to do with just the Canes matchup better against them. So there'll be a chance tomorrow, but it's always the same thing with this team, right? Got to protect the ball. Can't turn it over. Had 21 turnovers last time against Notre Dame.
And had 17 tonight or today.
Yeah, 6 were in the last 6 minutes. Like it was going over. I mean, even 11 is a lot, but yeah, it really went off the rails at the end. But in that first game, Nay had 6 turnovers. Gal had 6 turnovers. So you got to protect the ball. Again, I mentioned Hannah Dalgo had 27 points and 10 steals. If they can protect the ball, if you can get inside to Shea, she's got to take double-digit shot attempts first of all. Like that's just straight away. Last time we played them, she was 6 of 8. Like she's got to shoot more than that. I believe that was the game where they kept calling offensive foul. But maybe not though, because now that we did the stats, it says she only had 2 fouls. So maybe I'm mixing it with another one. So yeah, get the ball inside, methodical shot attempts, get shot attempts, and yeah, have a shot at this game. Notre Dame is beatable.
Yeah. What the 5 seed, right?
Yeah, they're the 5
Coming
seed. Yeah, if the Canes win, they will play. I think it's NC State who beat the living shit out of us earlier this year, but I think NC State's the 4. Yeah, NC State is the 4. So yeah, if the Canes win, they will move on to play NC State, who beat the Canes in Coral Gables 87-61. So yeah, not the Canes' finest moment in that game, but yeah, one game at a time. Yeah, as Melissa said. The other thing that's why it seems a little bit of an enigma. I know, Matt, you asked, what are we actually trying to do? And it's hard to say.
Because, like identity offensively and stuff.
Yeah, because it's schizophrenic. Because on the one hand, we want to play through the post because that's our best player, and you get the ball in there, generally good things happen. And then the other hand, we try to play fast and get quick shots up, which takes her out of the game. But then when we get into this mode where we realize, oh crap, we're shooting too quick, she's not getting touches, we will force the ball, whether it's there or not. Some of these teams play these zones where they're like doubling her without the ball, and we're trying to enter the pass from the top of the key and double coverage. I'm like, just hand them the ball and walk down. Like that's a turnover every time.
Yeah.
So like our post-entry game is very inconsistent, which is where a lot of these turnovers come from when we get predictable and they kind of know we're going to try and force it in there, and they kind of play those passes and we throw it anyway. we don't do necessarily a great job of floor balance and making sure that Shea kind of has that side of the floor to operate in. We bring defenders to her, and it causes it. So all that stuff we need to clean up, and again, just protect the ball.
Yeah.
If we turn it over less than 10 times, we'll win. We also are not going to turn it over less than 10 times. So we can still win with that, but like, we're a high turnover team. And so we just got to do better at protecting the ball, and we'll see what happens. But yeah, I think, yeah, in terms of like the teams that are potentially there, yeah, this is out of the teams that Canes lost to, this was actually one of their better performances. Again, it was not that different than today's game, except today he got into overtime. Well, up bigger when the implosion happened, so got into overtime and then came back and won it. But there's a chance to do this and keep the season going another game, and then comes NC State. And we said this yesterday when listening during the show. This was a team that was picked to make the tournament for the year, not just by us. We overrated them, obviously, but we were picked to finish 8th in this conference, by the media. So finishing 12th is disappointing. But at the time, this is yesterday, win 5 games in a row and you make up for it. Now it's 4 games in a row. Do I think it's going to happen? No, but you got to have that mentality. Otherwise, why do you play sports? It's 0-0 and they throw the ball up. Go win the game. Mm-hmm. And then you move on to the next day and you do it 3 more times after that. That should be the goal here. That's how you recover the season. Because otherwise, it's progress from last year, but it's underachieving based on where they're projected to finish. And then the other thing is obviously you're losing your best player. So you gotta do a little bit of rebuild there. So, although most of the I'm sure some kids with the portal they always do, but most of the team should be back, which is a big change from last off season when just NA and Simone came back. So yeah, it'll be an interesting off season. But again, there's 4 games left potentially if you keep winning. So that should be the goal right now. Take care of Notre Dame. It's Notre Dame. Come on. It's Notre Dame. They messed back around. It's Notre Dame. I am all in favor of things go sideways, let's start a fight. One way or another.
Yes, sir. All right, man.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so as we said, that game's tomorrow at 1:30. The men are 2:00 on Saturday. We'll have buckets next Monday, where we will have the ACC tournament bracket finalized. We'll be previewing that for the men. And for the women, I might do like a quick hitter if they actually maybe I'll do it regardless. See how the day unfolds, but
yeah,
might do something very quick just to see where it lands. Either do a quick the season's over, or hey, bring on NC State. Let's go. Let's be positive here. Let's be positive here. Melissa's already has spoken, but Matt, feel free to join in.
No, dude, it's all her. No, it's all her. I'm not taking her line.
We usually do the thing. I can't do the thing because I got to push the button. So,
all right,
go ahead and do the
cue the socks outro.
Don't cry. Keep it chill. Wear good socks.